Okay, since I just finished Dispatch, I figured I would talk about the game and the decisions I made and what I would have done versus what I did. So, yes, this game is great. It's amazing. It's has some decisions that seem like they might not be important, but in reality they actually are. A lot of these decisions happen early and they actually affect the game in a very big way when you don't realize it. And that's kind of what fucked up my whole game. I spent most of the time trying to be good, figuring out what I personally feel would be the best decision to be a good person. I know people would go by like what Robert would do. I tried my best. I tried my best to be really good, but I still ended up falling short and screwing up the whole game. At one point, you can see that with the whole granny situation there at the shop, it picked a choice there. I actually didn't see that choice. I was so busy focused on my phone. I got a notification, looked down at it for a second, and the game picked the choice by itself. I actually didn't pick that choice, and it fucked up my whole situation. So, yeah, I screwed up a lot in this game, but that's how I ended up getting a bad ending. I picked the wrong decisions, and it led to my downfall of this series. So, I figured I would talk about the game and the endings and responses I got. So, point blank, I did this as a blind playthrough. I had no idea what I was getting into, only until I was nearing the end of the game did I find some stuff out on like online and following some stuff and all that. But it's either here nor there. I didn't know anything. I went into this completely blind, thinking what I did was the right call, when in reality it wasn't, because I was thinking of what I should be doing, not what the character should be doing, because this isn't about you. This isn't about Robert. This is about forming a team and making sure that they become heroes, doing the best that they can do. You are there to guide them and be their leader, to prove that they can be better, be a better person, and eventually be a hero. And that's kind of what I wasn't in the headspace of. I felt like I could play this in a way of what I would actually do in this situation, and it gave me bad ending, bad decisions, bunch of bad decisions. Now, as disappointing as that was, I'm not gonna let that bog me down, I feel. Because this game is meant to be replayed. This game is meant to make other options, other choices. Just because I did what I did, thinking that it was the right call, it got me the worst possible ending. I can still go through with this and do different scenarios, do different ways of being a solid hero, being a complete asshole, or just trying to focus on leveling up the characters, which is something I feel I didn't do, and I might have neglected a bit, was I didn't upgrade the characters to what they could be. Like, for instance, some characters are better at strength and damage, like Punch Up or Flambe, and then other characters might be better at intelligence stuff and communications, maybe like Prison or Sonar. But if you don't enhance what they already have and you go to a different route, you're kind of screwing yourself over, because you're making the game more difficult for yourself if you're not advancing what they're already good at. And I feel that's a part that I didn't fully evaluate. I could have upgraded some characters which would have changed their level of trust with me, but I didn't. And because of that, I feel like that took a bit of a dip in me going the wrong path. I thought I could just do the minimum of it, do the dispatching, because I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. The very beginning, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I failed so many times this dispatching. But only at the ending of the game did I get amazing results. Because I actually knew what I was doing literally at the end of the game, which is just so depressing because I wasted all my time doing the dispatching, failing most of it, and only getting the good stuff at the end. But now that I've gone through this, I feel I can do another playthrough to do a better ending or a worse ending, like a better playthrough or a worse playthrough. I'm personally thinking of doing a good playthrough, which will rely on me doing different tactics between doing the right call or focusing on doing what I did before. So I'm trying to avoid most of the options and choices I did last time and focus on being more of the stable, mature, and kind of hero-driven, choice-based options here. But I don't even know how far I'm going to take this. My idea is to basically do the opposite of what I did in the last thing, because honestly, I would recommend 90% of what I did I wouldn't do ever, because I honestly thought I was doing the right choice. Every single time I made a decision, I thought I was doing the right choice, but clearly I wasn't, and I have to reevaluate literally what I was thinking, and I feel like I have to reevaluate myself as a person. Oh my god. So nearing the ending, I felt like I could have done something different, but there was so much happening between the hacking and trying to send out the right people for the right dispatch there. So you do get, depending on whether you picked Waterboy or Phenomenal Man, you will get the other one at the end of the game to help you out with everything. But it's kind of difficult because so much happens when you're during the fight that it's hard to keep up with everything, and I missed a lot of stuff because there were so many incidences of what was happening, and I tried to keep up with everything, but as you can see, the bar of between the city versus Sonar, like, it kept going down. And one thing that I kept missing, because I was focused on so much of dealing with helping the damage around, like dealing with damage control, I never even attacked Sonar. Not once. Which I felt kind of played a role in getting the wrong part of that and getting the area destroyed. If I focused on attacking Sonar, I feel like that would have helped. But the help here with Phenomenal Man was fucking incredible. Then there was also another person who jumped in who actually helped a lot, which was Blonde Blazer at that one time. But the problem is that if I'm not focusing on attacking Sonar, I'm also trying to focus on protecting everything at the area, the city. But if I'm not keeping up with everything, it doesn't matter whether I'm protecting as much as I can, there's going to be more damage just behind it, and I can't keep up with that. So it's just going to be I'm going to end up getting the whole city destroyed because I'm not focusing on attacking the real threat of the problem, which was the problem, and that kind of fucked me up. So, and I feel like at one point I tried to go for an attack, but it ended up hurting my characters. That's why I was avoiding attacking Sonar, because when I did attack him, or at least when I thought about trying to, you end up damaging your characters, and then that sets them back of having to protect others. So I feel like it's just, you're screwed either way. I don't know how you're capable of doing this. I don't know if it's I neglected taking care of the characters on leveling up their skill points. I don't know if I just suck at this game, but it's ironic how bad I played, and nearing the ending I actually got good, but I still failed. I just whatever. So I really didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to get like a quick kind of review on what I was doing in the game. So overall, the main points of this is Absolutely love this game. I love the flexibility and the kind of decision-based style of it. What you can do, how to change up the story a bit, even though it's like a kind of like a focused, fixed kind of point, you can still relatively kind of change up different points of like how the ending would be, what character you can choose, like to save or cut or whatever. But there are slightly things that you can change, but there are also fixed points in which it's meant to be part of the game. But I'm not exactly pleased with the decisions I made, because I genuinely thought I was doing the right thing, and I clearly wasn't. But yeah, I can always do a replay of this, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of different replays on this, a full series of it, of whether I'm doing good, if I'm going with whether Blazer, True Hero, or if I'm being like completely bad and deliberately being an asshole. This one I actually thought I was being good, but got the wrong ending. So I am going to change it up a bit. I'm going to drop this one, and then I'm going to create a full playlist of it and basically just drop the whole playlist together and not do it separate videos. I'm going to make the one playlist of, say, if I'm doing like a hero playthrough, I'll do the whole playthrough and then make the playlist and just post the playlist. And then I'll make a evil playthrough and then do the playlist on that, and I'll just drop it there. But overall, this is an amazing game, and I just wanted to do a review on this as like a blind playthrough, first time I'm playing it. And overall, I would give this entire game like a 10 out of 10. They did an amazing job with everything. The voice acting, the characters, the story, every single thing about this game, I would give a 10. The only downside I would say is personally how I played it, because I genuinely thought I was doing the right thing, but it just came out to be terrible on my part. Nothing to do with the game. The game is fucking fantastic. I would almost call it like flawless. It's amazing. But yeah, no, this is just supposed to be like a overall review of my blind playthrough. I am going to do this for each playlist. But yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of this game. I am hoping that like if they do a season 2, that they will give you the option, kind of like only example I can think of is like Mass Effect, when they give you an option to pick what you want to do from the past stuff, because like the past games, because if I'm doing this on like a default setting, it would end up being the evil ending that I got. But I'm going to be doing multiple playthroughs of this because it's I just want to see what I can do. Overall, I'm thinking of getting getting everything done, and eventually I'm hoping to kind of like get the trophy on this of a platinum, but we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm rambling on now. I hope you enjoyed this series of this blind playthrough. I'm going to make several others. It's not going away. But I hope you enjoyed this series, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.